Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Stricklebuck is back here with another video, and in this video, Saturday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for what are we at? 8 now of the 2022 NFL season. So let's start right on into it, guys. First game, we have a London game this week, so 9:30 Eastern tomorrow morning. 2-5 Broncos at, quote-unquote, at the 2-5 Jaguars, but it's neutral because it's in London. So this is going to be an interesting game. I am not sure if Wilson is back. I think he's playing this week, if I'm not mistaken. The Jaguars, meanwhile, got off to a rather interesting start, but they've, fizzled out, and they reminded us that they're not any good. I think this is a great opportunity for the Broncos to get back into the win column. They are spiraling right now. They're struggling mightily. I think they're going to get this win. The Jaguars are skidding right now as well, and they're just not very good. While the Broncos have been struggling badly, I think they're the better all-around team. So give me the Broncos winning this game, guys, 24-17. Next game, guys, this is our just a regular time. We have the 2-5 Panthers and the 3-4 Falcons. So the Panthers are feeling pretty good after they kind of dominated the Bucs last week at home, but they're still disappointing, of course, and they've traded away some of their guys, of course, Christian McCaffrey to name one, and Robbie Anderson as well. Rumors that they're trading DJ Moore and Brian Burns, but it also sounds like they're going to keep them. Regardless, they're still not a good team at all. They are 2-5 now. The Falcons, meanwhile, had gotten off to a decent start. They were 3-3. They were sitting at 500. But then they kind of got smoked by the Bengals last week. That was disappointing. I was expecting a closer game than that. However, for the first time in a little while, the NFC South, that division, actually kind of sucks. The Falcons, the Saints are not very good. The Bucs are having their worst year. The Panthers suck. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, if the Falcons win this game, they take up first place in that division. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think if the Falcons or the Saints win, they take up first place in that division. So that is something. So the Falcons can be in first place after this win tomorrow, if they win tomorrow. And I actually think they are going to win. The Panthers they're not good. I know they won last week, but they're still in a big skid. They've lost some of their superstars. It's in Atlanta. So give me the Falcons winning this game, guys, 27-24. Should be a good game, though. Next game, guys, we have the 3-4 Bears at the 5-2 Cowboys. So the Bears, they got off to a rough start. They did play impressively well Monday night against the Patriots. They went into Gillette, and the Patriots, who had been playing better as of late, and they kind of smoked them. So props to the Bears. They played a good football game. The Cowboys, meanwhile, of course, Dak Prescott is now back. In his first game, he had a little bit of a rough first game back, but that was to be expected, and he got it going in the end as well. They beat the Lions, I'm pretty sure. And the Cowboys are at home. They play much better at home than on the road. The Bears did have their best game of the season probably last week on Monday, but I still think the Cowboys are going to get this win. Again, much better all-around team. Give me the Cowboys winning this game, guys, 31-17. Next game, guys, we have the 4-3 Dolphins at the 1-5 Lions. So the Dolphins got a win against Pittsburgh last week on Sunday Night Football. I think it was I forget the score, but they got the win. Lions, meanwhile, have been disappointing this year. I was kind of expecting more of a fight from them. And, last year, I think they were a lot better than their record indicated. They were in a lot of close games, and they just happened to lose, every single close game. But they've kind of gotten smoked a few times this year. They got smoked by the Patriots, smoked by the Cowboys. So I think that they've worsened, actually. They've regressed from last year. The Dolphins, meanwhile, got off to a very promising start, but they have fallen back, partly due to injuries, of course. Tua Tagovailoa went down. He's finally back, though. Their defense, has been playing pretty well, but they definitely have not been quite as good as the start of the season. It's in Detroit, but it shouldn't make much of a difference. I think the Dolphins are the much better team. They know they need to keep the pace to ensure that they stay ahead of New England. And they're probably not going to catch Buffalo, but still, it'd be helpful if the Dolphins know that it'd be really helpful to win this game. So I think they will do so. So give me Miami winning this game, guys, 34-10. I don't think it's going to be close. Next game, guys, we have the 3-4 Cardinals at the 5-1 Vikings. So the Cardinals, not playing very well right now. However, they last played, Thursday night against, I don't know if it was the Cardinals or the Saints. The Cardinals played Thursday night against the Saints. I forget who won that game. I want to say the Cardinals, but I forget. But the big headline is DeAndre Hopkins is now back, and I know he had a big first game back. He had, I think, like 100 yards receiving. So Hopkins is back. Welcome back. And I'm telling you, man, the Cardinals offense is just completely different with Hopkins out there. So valuable to that offense. And of course, with Marquise Brown out for a little while, it's really time for them to have a number one receiver step in, and Hopkins, no better option than him. However, the Vikings, I mean, that's a very tough matchup for them. The Vikings, of course, off to a very good start. Their quarterback, Cousins, has been back and forth, but they got elite weapons. Their defense is at least decent. It's in Minnesota. I think the Vikings should be able to win this game. They seem really hard to beat at home. So give me the Vikings winning this game, guys. Let's go with Minnesota 31-21. Next game, guys, we have the 2-4 Raiders at the 2-5 Saints. So the Raiders, they've had a bye, and then I think they beat the Texans last week, if I'm not mistaken. The Saints, so 2-5. I'm pretty sure that they did that they lost to the Cardinals. I don't know. Regardless, they're coming off a long break. They played last Thursday. They're at home, but I think the Raiders are going to win this game. The Raiders are, I think they're the better all-around team. The Saints are they're always banged up, man, and they still are. I think Michael Thomas is out tomorrow. Kamara is dealing with injuries. Like, it's every year with him. The Saints got a lot of injury issues. The Raiders are not great on health either, of course. Darren Waller's got injury issues. Devontae Adams has been battling some stuff. But the Raiders, it's a must-win for them. They know they need to play better. They need to make more of a fight in the division. And it helps that, besides the Chiefs, that division has not been doing well. The Chargers are slumping. The Broncos are big time slumping. So the Raiders definitely can snatch a playoff spot, but they need to keep going. And 3-4 is not very good, but 2-5 is especially bad. So the Raiders definitely need to win this game. I think they will do so. Must win for them. Give me the Raiders winning this game, guys. 28-24. Should be a pretty good game. Next game, guys, we have the 3-4 Patriots at the 5-2 Jets. So the Patriots had got 2 back-to-back wins. They beat the Lions, and then I forget who they beat the last week. But, they really thought that they were good because they beat 2 bad teams. They're not. They just got smoked by the Bears, who aren't even very good. The Patriots, they're not good. They're a very average team. And their quarterback situation, I mean, Zappa's there, but as far as I know, Jones is going to start. So Jones is back. He played like a little bit last week, but he didn't play much. I don't know if he got benched or if he just re-aggravated something, but he probably didn't re-aggravate something because he is playing in this game. As far as I know, he's starting tomorrow. And then, of course, Jets, meanwhile, 5-2, very much the surprise of the year. I thought of something today. It's funny. The 2 surprises of the year so far have been the New York teams who happen to play in the same stadium. The Jets and the Giants have, I think, been the 2 biggest surprises this year. So that's interesting. Anyways, the Jets at home. I don't think they're a total fluke 5-2 team. I also don't think that they're that good, though. I mean, they have a lot of young talent, which in general has been playing very well, but they definitely, I don't think that they are a team that's going to go far. They might sneak into the playoffs, and I do think they're going to have their best. I mean, they're already having their best year, but I think they will definitely show some improvement this year, which again they already have. But I still don't think that they're like a team to really be worried about in the AFC. However, I don't really know who to go with here. Part of me thinks that the Patriots, they're going to be pissed after that loss, so they're going to want to get this win. But I don't know. The Patriots have struggled against the Jets, especially in the past few years, and the Jets are actually competent this year for a change. It's also in New York, so give me the Jets winning this one. Why not? I mean, some of this is wish casting because, as you guys know, I hate the Patriots, so I'd like the Jets to win. But why not? We'll go with it. So give me the Jets winning this game, guys. Lower scoring game. Let's go with the Jets, 21-17. Next game, guys, we have the 2-5 Steelers at the 6-0 Eagles, the only undefeated team left. So the Steelers played a pretty good game on the 2 Sundays ago against the Bucs and got the win. Did not play very well against Miami last week. Again, it's just their offense is just atrociously bad. They have no quarterback. I mean, Pickett has potential, but he definitely is not going to make the big strides as a rookie, it doesn't look like, and Trubisky just is not good. But the Eagles, meanwhile, and then defensively, they're okay, but they're injured. Watt still isn't back, so the defense is just not remotely the same without TJ Watt. Eagles, meanwhile, of course, only undefeated team left. They're clicking on all cylinders right now. Are they peaking too early? Well, it remains to be seen. But that young talent that they have right now, again, just clicking on all cylinders. Hurts has been excellent. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, that wide receiver duo has been really good. Just a huge pickup. AJ Brown has been. I personally think he's borderline top 10 when he's healthy. He just has not been healthy. When healthy, AJ Brown is so good. I really think the Titans made a mistake in letting him go. I guess they traded him, but still. Anyways. The Eagles, they're going to lose a game. They are not going 17-0. Trust me. They are going to lose a game at some point. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, though. The Steelers have got all sorts of flaws right now. The Eagles are hot. They're at home. See no reason why they would lose this game. I know the Steelers are known for pulling off upsets, but I don't think it's going to be in this game. So give me the Eagles winning this game, guys, pretty easily, 31-13. Next game, guys, we're moving on to our late slot now. We have the 4-2 Titans at the 1-4-1 Texans. So the Titans have, turned things around a little bit. They got off to a cool start, but they won 3-4 in a row, something like that. The Texans, meanwhile, suck. No surprise there. I guess they got David Mills, is that who's playing quarterback? Yeah, they're just in rebuild, though. They're not a good team, of course. It's in Houston. I know the Texans have given the Titans some trouble on occasion, but the Titans are hot right now. They're playing good football. Then the Titans should definitely be able to win this game. Should attack them with Derrick Henry, of course. So give me the Titans winning this game, guys. Let's go with Tennessee. How about... Let's go with Tennessee 31-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-4 Commanders at the 3-1 Colts. So the Commanders are feeling pretty good after that win against the Packers last week. That was a close game. Taylor Heinicke, of course, is playing quarterback now with Wentz out. And, they pulled it out. The Packers, of course, not themselves this year, but that was still a pretty big win for them. Terry McLaurin had a really big game. I know he got the better of Jair Alexander for sure. The Colts, meanwhile, have been a roller coaster ride this year. There are times where they have looked pretty good. There are times where they have looked pretty bad. But they're at home. They are a team that I think plays much better at home than on the road. And now that they're at home, I know the Commanders won last week, but I still don't think they're a very good team. So give me the Colts winning this game, guys. It should be a good game, though. I think it's going to be close. Let's go with the Colts 27-23. Next game, guys, we have the 3-4 49ers at the 3-3 Rams. NFC West showdown here. The NFC West is, usually very good, but it's actually been a disappointment this year, for sure. Niners, again, just a whole lot of mid. The Niners have been mid. The Rams have been mid. The Cardinals have been very mediocre. And then, actually, Seattle has kind of surprised so far. But the division in general, not as good this year as it usually is. Anyways, this should be a good game. I think the Niners and the Rams both, they split a lot. They get a lot of mixed matchups. The Rams get the better of them sometimes. The 49ers get the better of them sometimes. In LA, though, I think, of course, it's not a big travel for the Niners. I don't even know if they bother flying. They might just, drive or take a train or something. I don't even know. But regardless, for the Rams' perspective, they play significantly better at home than on the road, especially Matthew Stafford. I think I noticed a big difference in his play. I don't know what the Rams' health status is, but it's in it's in LA. I think the Rams are going to pull this out. The Niners kind of got smoked last week by the Chiefs as well. So give me the Rams winning this game, guys. Let's go with LA 30-27. It should be a good game, though. All right, this is our last late game, guys. We have the 6-1 Giants. Again, the surprise of the year at the 4-3 Seahawks. So the Giants, what has gone right for them? Well, defensively, they've been playing pretty well. They've been dealing with some injuries, but I think their defense has been pretty good. Though the past several years, the defense has not been the problem. The defense in general has actually been pretty good, not elite, but solid. But the offense has just been a train wreck. And the offense I don't think is elite by any means, but they're getting it done, and they're much better than they have been in previous years. Daniel Jones, of course, is having one of his best years, probably his best year. And, of course, Saquon Barkley is finally, again, semi-healthy. I'm not going to say he's totally healthy because he's been playing through injuries, but he's finally healthy enough to play. So that's cool. Seattle, meanwhile, is hanging in there. They got off to a cool start, but they have won a couple games, and they're sitting here at 4-3. They know that the division is totally up for grabs right now. And as far as I know, they are first place in the division right now, so they got to feel pretty good about that. But they obviously know they cannot let their foot off the gas pedal. They need to keep plowing because chances are the Rams, Niners, Cardinals, 1, 2, or all three of those teams will get it together and make some strides at some point. So I think the Seahawks know that and they need to stay ahead of the pace. But I think the Giants are going to win this game, man. I know it seems bold saying the Giants are going to go to 7-1, but I like the way they're playing right now. I think they're playing well on both sides of the ball. I also don't think Seattle's that good. So give me the Giants winning this game in a low-scoring game. I'm going to go low here. Let's go with the Giants, 23-16. Okay, guys, this is our Sunday Night Football game. We have the 3-4 Packers at the 5-1 Bills. So the Packers, obviously one of the big disappointments this year. Of course, trade away Davante Adams last year, which, if you trade away a superstar, okay, not necessarily a bad decision, but you got to replace him. And I don't think the Packers did a nice job of replacing him. They got a couple, I think they signed Sammy Watkins, they drafted some guys, but they didn't replace him with someone proven, and I think that was a big mistake because right now, their weapons are not it. Lazard's been hurt, Tonyan is okay, but he's a tight end. Dobbs, again, a rookie, he's got potential, but you can't count on him. Watkins is okay when he's in there, but he's just never in there because he's never healthy. As far as I know, he's healthy now, and he'll be active tomorrow, but the Packers' weapons right now, again, just not it. And they've been leaning on their ground game, which is okay, but they need to have a better air attack. Of course, A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones have both been very good, but they need to get better through the air. Rodgers needs to play better as well. And then defensively, they haven't been great either. Their pass rush is okay. I mean, they got Rashawn Gary, of course, Preston Smith, and Kenny Clark, so that's actually pretty good. Secondary, they've been, kind of up and down. They weren't very good last week, though. Heineke gave them a hard time. Terry McLaurin really gave them a hard time. I think most of the time he was one-on-one with Jair Alexander, and Alexander was not himself. He did not play a good game. And that I do worry about that for the Packers going into this game because the Bills, man, they just air the thing out, man. They throw so many deep passes. They throw the ball a lot. They're pretty much the Chiefs' offense. But, so I don't think that's a good matchup for the Packers. I think if the Packers can get a consistent pass rush and harass Allen, they have a chance, but I don't think that's going to happen. Bills have one of the more underrated offensive line units. They're much better at home than on the road. They're hot as well. They've been playing very good football. I think the Bills are going to win this game. I'm pulling for the Packers, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Bills also have a good defense. Don't let that go under the radar. Their defense, when healthy, is very, very good. And it's in Buffalo. I think the Bills are going to win this game. I think it'll be decently close, but the Bills are going to get the better of them here. Give me Buffalo winning this game. 34-27. I'll give the Packers a chance, though. Okay, guys, this is our last game on Halloween night. We have the 4-3 Bengals at the 2-5 Browns. So, AFC North showdown. This is going to be a good game. The Browns always in the past have given the Bengals a hard time. Last year, they actually swept them. The last game was in Week 18, and the Bengals were resting, but the Browns also earlier in the year went into Cincinnati and spanked them. So, the Browns have definitely given the Bengals a hard time. The Bengals, meanwhile, let's see. They're 4-3. They have won 2 in a row after losing to the Ravens on Columbus Day weekend. They've been, very back and forth. They looked pretty good last week, though. Offensively, they played very well. Burrow had his best game of the season. Jamar Chase had a huge game. However, big headline, Jamar Chase is now out for a little while with a hip injury. It wasn't as far as I know, it wasn't a time where he went down on one specific play. I think it's something that's been aggravating him for a little while, and he's decided that he's going to need some further treatment, so that's going to knock him out for a little bit. So no Jamar Chase for tomorrow and a few more games. So how does Burrow do without Chase? Because remember, Chase has been healthy throughout his so far up until now. I think he's been played in pretty much every game. So now that he's not in there, will Burrow still be able to deal with get the job done, I should say, with Higgins and Boyd? He should be able to because T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are also both very good. That receiving core is just amazing. And then the Bengals defense, I don't think it's been as good this year as usual. They've kind of let up a lot of big plays. Marcus Mariota kind of dimed them up last week, I'm not going to lie. It's not a bad defense, but I don't think it's quite on right now. And then the Browns, they, of course, close loss to the Ravens last weekend. Though 2-5, I wouldn't let that sway. I wouldn't let that fool you. They did get smoked by the Patriots, or they just played like crap. But, again, they gave the Ravens their stiffs. That was a very close game last week. And if they can get the ground game going, I think they absolutely have a chance in this one. I think the Bengals are the better team, but the Browns, they know how to take over a game with the ground game. Nick Chubb is having an amazing year. Their offensive line is healthy as well, I think, as far as I know. And then defensively, the Bengals' weakness is obviously their offensive line. If Garrett and Clowney can get after Burrow, I definitely think the Browns will have a chance. However, that's a lot of ifs, and they also have Jacoby Brissett playing quarterback. So in the end, I think the Bengals are going to pull this one out. I think it's going to be close, but give me the Bengals pulling this one out. 24-20. Should be a very good game though. Okay, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to their channel if you are new. And I am out. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens. And I will not see you tomorrow because, of course, the Ravens already played on on Thursday. I will have a more full recap on that game tomorrow. I wasn't able to do it today or Friday. I've been busy. So I actually will see you tomorrow. I lied. With a recap on that game. And otherwise, I will see you next weekend. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for a recap.